they did the burnout. What's going on, people? We had a pretty relaxed weekend this past weekend. We were supposed to do a race at the heliport on Sunday, but weather came in, so they moved it to Saturday morning, and they had 20 cars show up. And what's up, Dragon, Lonnie, Matt, Billy, Dylan. Where are the takeovers at? I have no idea. We take over discreetly, but they had a little shootout. It was a double elimination here. It was a double elimination. I don't know. I'm used to the, if you lose, you're out. So this was new to me. Taylor wanted to try something different. Actually, the Popo showed up, and they said they didn't care if we were out there anyway. So they had I was live out there, but they had, the 512 came in deep. So, John Wayne was out there. Of course, Steve, 50 Shades was out there. And I didn't get very many. I get that one picture right there. That was about it of the racing. It was a tuners race. Let me just say that it was a tuners race. Let's see if you've seen it. No, it was a tuners race. It was good out of the hole, but I'd say about 100 feet or so. You had to know your suspension and everything, and it was a good race. I mean, we had fun. The double elimination came down to they had, I don't know how many rounds they had. After the first round, the losers had to race each other, and it come out to be a pretty good show. It was long. It was a long race, but it was double elimination. That is, we had a little hiccup with the cops. They didn't really care that we were out there, which was cool, because I don't think we had anything else after that. But your winner, and I've sent him a message. But not other than the Kraken. Kraken went undefeated. He went undefeated this past weekend. He ran. Good to have the family out there and the newborn. That's a good time right there. He ran this guy twice and beat him both times. But like I said, the surface was sketchy, which this guy really likes sketchy surfaces, and so does this guy. But they got sketchy down there, and I think there was one call that was within a bumper. I think half a bumper, and that was a good call, and that was with John Wayne. This guy right here, it was with the wagon, that old wagon. That Alex guy, he let me see if I can find a picture. I didn't think I was just looking for there it is. I was just looking for some. I was having a brain fart. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to think of. Not very many people posted. I was live out there, but not very many people posted videos or took pictures out there that I've seen. So, but Alex right here, he in that wagon, he made some rounds, and that's Steve's old truck. the Colorado. He made some rounds and ended up beating John Wayne by, I think it was like maybe half a bumper, and it was a close race. Let's see if Steve, Steve's seen it. But you got some guys that are out there. We'll be here this weekend, and then who knows afterwards? You're a hermit. You know where we'll be afterwards. But reason why we had to do it Saturday is we had a little cold front blow through. Texas, we don't get that much snow. Here, I'm north of the guys that where Steve and them is. They got a little dusting right there. That's about what it looked like here in DFW. But as they got home in the car overnight, this is what it looked like. He needed to give some love to that. And that's a lot of snow for, especially down there and down south. That's a lot of snow. I ain't gonna lie. We get something that, you know. I seen the post that Texas is getting snow, so nobody knows how to drive. Well, that's true, but a lot of people don't know how to drive. And the further north I go, well, let me tell you, it ain't. I've been to about 47 states, and ain't nobody knows how to drive in any of them. So don't let me get started on that. Let's see if yeah, that old wagon was out there, but it turned out to be a pretty good time, pretty good day. It was a long day, but as we said, the Kraken come up victorious, and as I said, we'll be here this weekend. These guys are already out testing. The Firebirds out testing. They were out at the airstrip doing a little test, and then that old black bitch is out testing as well. So yeah, everybody getting lined up. But first, your winner right here, the Kraken. I hope I'm saying that right. I think that's what they're. Kraken. All right. What's going on?
Oh, not much.
So y'all got some of that powder down there, huh?
The what?
Y'all got some of that powder down there, huh?
That powder?
Yeah.
What? Oh, snow.
Yeah.
Not the
right
thing
there.
that came to my mind.
That's
But a little bit, yeah.
not that.
Yeah, not that good. Yeah, Matthew, he's the guy that bought the truck. He took it down, I guess, right after the race. He went down there because of the bad weather. He didn't want to haul that trailer through it, and then we stayed another night.
Oh,
and then that was just outside of his house with the snow all over it.
Yeah. Did it get anything in the back? Because I know you ain't got no back window.
I don't know. The car's still over there. I ain't even got it yet.
You know, you hear. Oh, he ain't got no windows. Blah blah blah. Get off it, people. Shit.
Hey, if you want to buy me windows, I'm all for it. Well, I'll put them in. I don't got them.
You should. You've been winning here a little bit. Maybe you should. Oh no, I think you're building a shop, aren't you?
Yeah. Or would? Yeah.
Shop first, and windows.
Well, I'm gonna do probably a tunnel. A tunnel on the floor. Probably do like a funny car cage just to have a little more protection around me.
Yeah.
And then probably windows and maybe some more safety equipment, better jacket stuff.
Yeah.
But then just one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting a shop's gonna be important because I work out of a very, very small, like one bay. Not even a bay, it's like a little garage. So that'll be nice. You can buy these. What?
These nuts. These nuts.
These nuts. Oh.
Wow. Went right over his head. So the How was that surface? Pretty sketchy.
Well, yeah. We got a message. Throw it away. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, these nuts. There we go. Yeah, complete sentence. Come on now. It wasn't the worst I've ever been on, but it was pretty bad. It was real tricky. It was wanting a dead hook immediately. For like 2 feet, and then that was it. And then it ended up taking it pretty good out the back. But yeah, the first 330 was pretty difficult. We had it tuned way down to try to get down. But yeah, it was pretty tricky. It was almost. I haven't really been to the Little River top end with that car, or not much anyway. But it was about like that, I think.
Yeah. I was going to ask you the difference, but like if you ain't been out there with the car, then.
Well, I went there once, but it was like 5, 6 cars. I can't remember. There wasn't that many cars, so it was only like 3 rounds. So there wasn't a ton of rubber down, and so I couldn't really tell, where I never really got to dial it in. But
yeah.
I guess I ran around the same speed at both, like with the draggy.
Yeah. So
I went a little faster out there.
When we got there, the looked like it was misleading. It looked like they had pretty good rubber. Well, the left lane looked like it had a good rubber.
So they, I guess someone went mudding out there and drug a bunch of mud all down the right lane, and they allowed testing before 11, and it looked like someone had tested the night before or a couple nights before, whatever, all in the left lane because they didn't want to be in the dirt. And so we basically, I was trying to tell people, I'm like, hey, we need to test in the right lane because we're going to be screwed later if we don't. And I think in doing that, the right lane actually ended up coming around at the end better than the left lane.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because they swept it pretty good, and I've been told out there that the right lane actually is better than the left lane. You made passes in both. Could you tell the difference between the lanes?
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, it wasn't a lot. I feel like the right lane, the first 330 was better, but the top end of the left lane was better. So
kind of flopped in.
But it was like, I don't know, a tenth, maybe half a tenth. It wasn't a huge difference. I know the final or however you want to say that. The left lane, I knocked the tires off a little bit, but it wasn't because of the surface. It was because the DA was dropping.
Yeah, it got colder. It got real cold as the sun was starting to set. Yeah, I was going to ask you about pulling the pin on the parachute. You
only when I pulled the pin out, yeah.
Did you actually try to hit the chute on that pass?
Yeah. No, I definitely tried, and I was like, okay, that's not fucking working. So
because you went down in the rough end at the end of the
I didn't go. It was a little rough, but it wasn't. I didn't go off in the grass or nothing. It was. I mean, I had a good little bit to stop. I just didn't want to smoke the tires.
Yeah.
Or flatten the tires, or do anything crazy, have the car slide or whatever. So, but yeah, definitely. We just put the parachute on, and so we're still getting that whole routine down. And not all of my crew members were there.
But
yeah, we haven't really incorporated that yet.
Yeah. And
actually, my parachute man's right here. He was gone.
I want to know what size turbos do you got on your car? Do you want to?
He usually does.
But you took blame for the pin.
What's that?
You took blame for the pin.
Yeah. No, that was because I don't know. Well, I mean, I gotta take blame for everything at the end of the day. It's my car, but that wasn't really a routine yet. So yeah, that was my job.
Well, at least you got stopped, and then no flat spots, and you you didn't get off in the grass or whatever. But I thought you went off into the edge, into the grass and stuff. But I seen you stop and you get out, and I was like, did you go back and look and see if the pin was in it?
Yeah, that's all I was doing because it happened the other day. It hung up, and
put the pin in too far.
Yeah, I put it in too far. It hung up, and sorry, my dogs are freaking out.
No problem.
I put the pin in too far, and then I didn't want it to pop out while I was trying to drive back, and then I quickly realized that the pin was not in there. Dogs. Wait.
Somebody wants to know what size turbos you got on your car.
Turbo. They're cast 66s. Must have had the dogs. They're angry. They're Borg Warner, just 66 millimeter. I don't know the house.
Rating.
I don't know all the details, housing and stuff. They were just on Facebook for a good price. So got them.
Now you do all your tuning and stuff, so you're so the only person to blame is yourself on that one, right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you got to remember to pull the pin. You got to remember pull the pin. You got to remember to put the right tune in it, and apparently you need to put the weight in it so you can get Ashton to win $100.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. And I told him, 4.8. It's a 4.8. It's stock right now. We're actually working on doing a forged 4.8 right now. But like I said, it's just one. We don't have any sponsors or anything, so we just have to do one thing at a time. But we're gonna do a forged 4.8. What were we saying? Aston. Oh yeah, he looked at me and like, cause we were talking on the internet, and I said, let's weigh the cars. No weight, no driver, not just the cars themselves.
Yeah.
And like I put money on that, but and then I walk over there and he's like, race ready right now, and I'm like, no, like that's a bad bet. Don't do that. And then he called me a crawfish. I'm like, it's not even. Anyways, and so he's pointing the finger at me, and I'm like, whatever, you do whatever you want to do, but I can tell you right now, it's not going to be good. You're going to lose your $100.
And you didn't have the weight in your car that
I didn't have any weight at all. Yeah, so I don't know how close it would have been if we would have done that, but I knew for sure that he had weight and I didn't. So
yeah,
I'd be willing to bet they're pretty close without all that.
Yeah, with no weight and just cars itself.
Yeah, just the vehicles.
Because he's some of my people. He's on the plump side. He's a XL or more.
Oh, guy. XL, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get Richie to sit in there for me. He's one of my teammates. He's a little bigger than that. But I don't think he would have done.
He's the one who had the scales, right?
Yeah. Richie and Shane.
You should have had him do plus or something on the scale.
I know. When I was over there talking smack, I should have had him loading the bags out of the Colorado in the back. Then we would have had that would have been close.
Somebody wants to know what's the best LS motors to build for turbos.
Any of them? I don't know. 5.3, 4.8, 6.0, whatever. Not a 6.2, not a LS3, not a LT. Not a LS1.
No. Wow.
He's got
Do you got Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3? You got any preferences? Gen 4.
Oh, Gen 4. Oh, yeah. Gen 4. Kind of a no-brainer. They're easy enough to get. Iron. I think iron are a little stronger when you start pushing them really, really hard. But it's 100 pounds or 94 pounds or whatever that you'll save. It's an iron 4.8 that's in there. It was just what was available at the junkyard for a good price.
What do you got in that motor?
What do like money wise or?
Yeah, did you just get it out of junkyard and re-ring it or something?
I think I did it right. I rebuilt it. I balanced the assembly. I coated I coat stuff, so I coated the pistons. Really, just not really for the tops, but because once you hone them out, they got half-inch studs, and once you hone them out, the cylinders they're oval, they're crazy out of shape. And so you have to hone it a little bit. Well, that makes it bigger. So I've just really just like a fresh rebuild, but just with the right clearances. Pretty straightforward. And then the balance I think helps a lot. Welded reluctor, and then half-inch studs, 243 heads. Then I hand ported them, which I'll never do again. That was like 80 hours of my life.
and
Terrible.
then you got a port match, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, this guy. So he brings me over. He finds at the junkyard this badass ported head, just like sitting there, one of them. And I'm like, hey, we could do that. So he brings it over, and we get one down. We're all fucking excited. And then there's 16 more. So it took me a fucking week of porting and more porting, and I had that so much work in them. I just went ahead and resurfaced valve job. Oh yeah, I got his water pump. I was at the machine shop that he's. I don't know if he works there. I don't know what he does. He's always there. And I stole his water pump. So I got I got his old water pump. But
it's working though, isn't it?
Yeah. He didn't believe me. John didn't believe me. I was a stock rotating assembly, and I was like, "Well, you know the man that built it or balanced it." But anyhow, just stock parts and try to nail the tune so it doesn't blow the bottom out of it.
So when you're running somebody, you got to figure out where you want the power. But when you ran Chris 50 Shades, you pretty much had could you figure out how close y'all were actually going to be, so you knew where to tune it?
I don't typically race any car. I look at the data. What? Oh, Dylan's here. He's unloading stuff. I got everybody showing up right now. All right, tuning. I basically look at the data. If I have it, or look at the road and how many rounds have gone by. So my dog's gonna freak out again.
Kill.
Get them. Yeah, they're in there. They're in jail right now.
Oh boy.
They escaped. Oh, since we had an extra night, Ashton came, let them out, and they busted out and destroyed everything. Got into the diaper genie. It was so fun.
Well, they got grounded, huh?
Yeah, y'all are in jail. Get out. Anyways, so I basically tune it, and I try to see where it's taking it, where it's not. Wheel speed sensors, so I can see, where it's going out of whack.
Yeah.
It went in the shop.
You want me to go unlock the shop?
Oh.
He's in the window.
What the fuck? He's mooning me or something.
I told you to.
I couldn't even see him because it's all dark outside. I'm like an ass cheek hanging out. Okay, Jesus. So I just try to see what the road's gonna take and where it took it, where it didn't. And sometimes it goes back to a little bit of feel, because some roads will take a bunch of wheel speed and some won't. And
especially that road up there, or that surface up there.
So you brought me Starbucks. Hey, come say hi to the fucking dog. Say shut up. Sorry, excuse my language. You know how to tell sleep? No, what? Good Lord, I'm going to go outside.
Is the snow gone?
Yeah, just tune for the road and add power where you think it'll take it, and then I'll usually have a scramble that's progressive.
Yeah.
Damn. Dirty. Sorry about that, guys.
Kill. What's your answer, John?
Hey, how do I tell? I don't know. How do I tell about? I'm not lying. I don't lie about nothing.
Ask your wife. She'll tell you.
Yeah. So, what do you call it? Yeah, tune for the road, and then I'll put a scramble on, and I'll usually put it kind of progressive so it doesn't just immediately shock the tires. Lips are moving. Oh, bitch.
Did you get the scramble when you raced Chris?
I typically. Oh, motherfucker, my shop's locked. This on the. I hit the scramble. Yeah, on the second time I raced him, and
that's true, Richard.
So the first time, I think I try to hit the scramble every time because I put something that's modest in there, and it kind of just starts another ramp. It's like a ramp within a ramp. and so I put it, relatively safe. And if it feels good, I'll hit it. And the first time it was a good pass, and I couldn't see him near me, so I just let off of it. But they're gonna be picking rocks out of my car for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was getting nervous about the turbos because the rocks were slinging all over the place. So rock's gonna get in there and turbo's gonna explode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hit the scramble. We the first time we raced, I think he knocked the tires off a little bit, so that was a and then I just made it, and I made a clean pass. And then the second race, I knocked the tires off a little bit, and then about the 330 or so, I was reeling him in, but I didn't know what kind of buttons he had, so I fucking just got on the button just to be sure. And
it looked like a pretty good race there.
It was it was a real good race. God damn, it's cold as hell. Yeah, there's still snow a little bit. No, the second race was a real good race. I wasn't sure if I was gonna gather it up in time to go back around him, but
you went around him right there. What, the last 60 feet or 50 feet or so?
Oh no, a little more than that. But
okay.
But at the end, I don't know, maybe 500 foot or something. Damn, it's cold in here. Hey Steve, I heard you got a $1,000 race, man.
I heard that too.
That dude.
Well, I think I read that. I think I read that too somewhere.
I deleted it. It was
some group or something.
It was so ridiculous. I just deleted it all. It was on my the post I made, saying, thanks guys and all that good stuff. Had a fun weekend. He blew it up and said, I'll race you for whatever. And then I was like, well, I don't have any money, but I know people that want to bet money on me. So it got up to like $4,000 real quick. And the guy doesn't even have a running car. And he wants me to go to San Antonio and off the trailer.
Run on this road that I've been running on, and you get the right lane, and I've been testing for the left lane.
Yeah, so
I've got 40 passes on the left lane.
The dude doesn't even have a car, so I mean, there's that. Or he did. It was that truck that it was the truck that. What race was that? Were you at the Austin the New Year's race? It was like
It was when the cop showed up.
Yeah, the Ford that was popping and banging and leaking and all that good stuff.
He was supposed to run Cody.
I think he ran Biddle, maybe.
Okay. I
can't remember. I don't know. It was like a rusty old truck. Ford Courier. I don't even know what it is. Like a Ranger. I guess older Ranger or something. It has a mod motor in it. And it looks cool, but that's pretty much it. But anyways, he's going to get a new motor and go fast and race for a bunch of money. But I don't think it's going to happen. Hit more ramps than Dumpster. I think he got lost. And there was some backfiring problems, coolant leaking problems. Someone said they thought he had a hole in the piston. I don't know. But
he had all kinds of problems.
I feel like every time I post a post like, hey, thanks, or had fun this weekend, or I won, or I post that picture, somebody comes out of somewhere wanting to bet for big money, and it just never happens. So I don't bet big money, but people want to bet on my car, and I'll race wherever. So
yeah.
But yeah, I told him he can pick the road. I'll pick the starting line. So. I mean, yeah, it's the accurate description. That's fucked up. Yeah, I was talking to Calabrese in the chat, and I was like, "What are you gonna call that thing?" Because he usually comes up with creative names.
Yeah,
and
I see the video.
He's like, "I'm just gonna call it what it is," and I was like, "What's that?" And he didn't tell us, and then he just posted the video.
Yeah,
and it was like gigantic shitbox, literal dumpster. I mean. How heavy is my car? Is that a secret anymore?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know how much. I know how much Wolf's with no weight. With no weight.
With no weight?
Yeah.
I already said it, but hey, you tell me Wolf's with no weight, and I'll tell you mine. Except you already know it.
So what's next for y'all? The $1,000 race?
$1,000 I get. I don't know. Maybe when he has oil pressure, he'll come resurface.
He's supposed to go get
Probably
a car from somewhere and supposed to have it this weekend, and he already knows everything about it, so he's supposed to race you.
Oh, so
Right?
he's gonna bring a whole nother car.
Yeah, wasn't that what I was reading or something? That he's supposed to get another car?
I have
I
no
don't
idea. I
remember.
wouldn't put it past it. I mean, I hadn't raced in San Antonio much. Wolf only had 100 pounds.
That's your lie. I'll let you tell it any way you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna. There's he's gonna finish my motor next. That's right, Casey's motor. That's next. That's actually what's next. But as far as racing, I don't think I'm gonna try to send the front shocks off because we're having an issue there. I'm basically having to tune around the wrong shocks, and it's hurting us when we go to good roads because it just comes up way too fast, tries to wheelie, and can't really steer when the wheels aren't on the ground. So spot me 4 in the hit. How much? Wait, and the hit. Can I steal it back? Yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can get those sent off. And I think I talked to I can't remember who I talked to, but someone in Dallas. I can't remember who, 2J and Fab or J Fab. I think 2J and Fab.
2J
He
and
does
Fab,
the
yeah.
shocks, right? So I was gonna try to talk to him.
They do stuff. They're way out BFE, Wattsboro or Wainwright or something like that.
So I'm gonna try to see if I can not race this weekend. And thank you. Get the shocks tuned, and then there's a JJ race, which I'm not really fond of them, but I mean it's like at my home track, so that's 30 minutes away. So I'm gonna try to get it ready for that, but I don't know. The shocks are gonna really be a big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and just I mean we try to make as many races as I can because work's real slow, and so we're trying to gamble a little, and so far so good. So
yeah. All right. Well, congrats on your win, and I'm sure we'll see you in the streets here pretty soon.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
All right. Congrats on your win.
Thanks, bud. Later.
Your winner with the cash. His team, his boys, and that's him that's Wolf versus Brian, and you can kind of get a look at the surface there. But like I said, the boys are testing. They're testing for that Civil War this weekend, and to get everything dialed in. Got Kendall out there testing. Them guys are trying to lay it down. We invited Shannon on with Grand Hustle, but like to give a shout out to him. He's doing his father passed away last week, so prayers to him. Prayers to Gary Oach. He's finally come back home from the hospital. He's is not out of the deal, but he's definitely out of the hospital. So that's a good sign. And we'll be seeing y'all here this weekend. And want to thank Taylor for inviting us out to the airstrip. I know he said he's on call tonight, and some guy was like, "I'm glad that I do the recap on Tuesdays. Mondays is usually kind of jam packed. I try to do it on Tuesdays just because whatever. But apparently there's a new show out, a new Cash Day show that I didn't know nothing about until somebody messaged me. It's the same. It's the same. You got big money. It's the same concept. It's just they're beating a dead horse here. That's the same concept. They're same cars. I mean, they got more cars now, but it's the same guys. you're racing, high horsepower guys that got their stuff down. So, I mean, will I watch it? No. I don't watch any of the shows, being honest with you. That's just not seeing where somebody was talking about boosted flagging. And am I upset? No, I'm not. No, I don't. I'm not a TV chaser. I'm not. I could care less. I prefer to be out in the streets with my buddies who are all about it, and then every weekend versus a race every hour and looking for a camera. Just, no, that's why I turned it down many years ago, because I didn't like it back then, and that's just the way it is. But I wish them luck. I wish somebody said it was like 600,000 or something like that. Big money. Everybody's all into the racing and the drama and stuff like that. That's just not me. So y'all have a good night, and y'all we'll see you in the streets. We'll see you here this weekend, and maybe in the streets afterwards.